You will design, you will stress, you will lose sleep, and guess what? They still won't be satisfied. I used to be that freelancer that is always available 24/7, no boundaries. You need it by midnight, I'm there. You want it tomorrow morning, I'm there. You want it on Christmas, I'm there. Until one day my body was like, all right, it's time to rest. And I was like, hey. Today I'm sharing simple client boundaries that literally saved my life, and it can save yours too. Hey, I'm Deborah, your design bestie who has survived stressy clients and is now on a mission to help you freelance smarter. I will share weekly freelance tips that will save your time, your energy, and your mental health. So boundary number 1, I started setting working hours and respecting them. Before, I was the anytime, anywhere freelancer. Client says hi by 10:43 p.m. I reply, hello sir. Client sends changes at 1 a.m. I'm adjusting the design like I'm on a night shift. Now I have work hours and work days, and after that I'm off duty. If you message me, you will meet my calm auto reply saying I will respond during work hours. Because if you keep replying at odd hours, clients will assume that's your normal, and guess what? They will treat you like a 24/7 design emergency line. So how do you set work hours that clients respect? Clearly state your work hours in your contract or agreement, invoice, onboarding welcome notes, and even your WhatsApp or Instagram bio or social media bio. Turn off your notifications after hours or put your phone on do not disturb. Then use an autoresponder, one simple message that can train a client without a simple argument. Your laptop is not handcuffed to your wrist. If you don't respect your work hours, clients won't either. And if you don't set the boundary, someone will set it for you and you won't like the outcome. Another thing I did was that I started charging for urgency. Client says, please, it's urgent, hold me. No problem, I will do it right now. You mean? No problem, I'll do it, but it will attract a rush fee. And guess what? Suddenly, it's not urgent again. Urgency has a way of disappearing once money enters the equation. Food, sleep, fun, just to meet a fake deadline. A client can say, please, we need it in 2 hours. It's very urgent. It's a big campaign. I skipped rest. I deliver it fast. Tell me why they replied 4 days later with, oh, sorry, I traveled and I'll get back to you soon. Now, speed has a price. If you need something that is within the deliverable, there's no problem with that. But if you need it tonight, which we didn't agree to, that's premium express delivery. Because urgency means I have to rearrange my own schedule, ignore other clients, and work under pressure. And I think that should be paid for. Rush work equals rush charge. If they want it fast, they should pay fast. Your stress is not part of the deliverables. Don't punish yourself for someone else's poor plan. So how do you set this boundary respectfully? Add a rush fee clause in your contract, agreement, or pricing guide. Even a small fee like 5,000 naira extra makes clients think twice. Define rush clearly. For example, less than 24 hours turnaround equals extra fee. And always ask, when do you need this delivered? If it's outside your usual timeline, then quote accordingly. In addition, I also put everything in writing. I mean everything. Forget, oh, we talked about it on WhatsApp. That's how you end up designing 17 flyers and see here. But I thought we agreed. Now, every single thing goes in writing. Even if it is a simple project or a returning client, I send a document, a one-page note, message. Because even the legal word, if it's not written down, it doesn't exist. So when dealing with clients, I include what I'm doing, when I will deliver it, how much I'm charging, how many revision rounds, payment structure, maybe like 50% upfront. What happens if they delay or ghost? Even if you are not using big grammar or complex contracts, send a breakdown in writing that both of you agree to. So how do you start if you don't have a contract template? You can make use of a Google Docs Word document to create a simple one-page design agreement. You can also use free tools like Bonsai or even Google Forms to structure it. And always ask, can I confirm this in writing before I begin? If they hesitate, that's a red flag. Don't start any work without a proper agreement, because sometimes clients forget. And when confusion starts, it's you that will look unserious. Also, I set revision limits and charge for extra. This one has saved me from revision prison. Before, clients are dragging me up and down like it was their full-time job. I would design 10 versions of the same thing and they will still say, please shift it small and make it pop. I revise till I forget why I started, but now I have peace. And what changed? I clearly tell every client the number of revisions to expect, and after that, it costs X amount for extra revision. And I make sure to include it in the agreement. And the thing is, when people know something costs extra, they focus better. And how do I track these revisions? I number each, like version 1, version 2, version 3, when I send files. I keep like emails or chat receipts showing what changed. I remind them after version 2, oh, just one free revision left. I just remind them. What do you say if they pass the limits? Hey, we have used the 3 included revision rounds. I will be happy to continue for a small extra fee of X amount per revision. If you don't control revisions, clients will redesign the whole project through voice notes and emails and messages and still call it a small edit. Your time is not free, your energy is not bottomless. Set revision limits, stick to them, and protect your creative peace. If you're enjoying this video so far, hit that subscribe button, like this video. I drop honest freelance tips that help you freelance without frustration. Boundary 5, I stop feeling guilty for saying no. Clients can say, oh, can you help me add a quick animation to the flyer? Old me will say, okay, let me try it. new me will say, well, that's outside my scope and I can send you a new quote for that. I know it sounds small, but this shift changed everything because every small favor adds up. Before I knew it, I was doing motion design, copywriting, client therapy, all inside one flyer package. But guess what? The same clients will never offer to pay extra unless you bring it up. So now I don't feel guilty for saying, oh, that's outside our agreement. This will require a new invoice. I can help with that, but to cost extra. You are not being rude, you are not being wicked. You are just no longer available for those free extra work that wasn't in the agreement. Because if you keep doing that, people will take advantage of you, and I'm speaking sincerely from experience. Guilt comes from thinking that saying no means you are being selfish. But the truth is, you are running a business, not a charity organization. You can be kind, you can be professional, but don't let people take advantage. Protect your time, respect your skill, and say no when it is necessary. Also, I create boundaries in my language. The way you talk to clients can either attract respect or invite stress. I used to say things like, oh, anything you want, sir, no problem, I will adjust it. It's fine, I can do it, I can have it, no big deal. But that kind of language quietly trains clients to treat you like a helper and not a professional. I changed my tone, not rude, not aggressive, but just clear and confident. So I say, oh, here is how I work. I don't work on weekends. I'll be able to schedule this for Monday. This will attract additional fee. Would you like to proceed? Or this is outside our current agreement. Would you like to expand the scope? Can you see the difference? It's not just what you say, it's how you frame it. You're not refusing, you are reinforcing structure, and that's what professionals do. A bonus tip here is for you to use we instead of I sometimes. It softens things. For example, we can move forward with that as a add-on service. Or we typically allow 3 revision rounds, then charge for extras. The way you present yourself determines how clients treat you. Stop sounding like you're begging for approval. You're actually offering a service, a good one at that. Speak with confidence, speak with calm, stand on structure. Boundary number 7 is I let bad clients go. Some clients are not just worth it. They will stress you, disrespect you, delay payments, and still behave like they're doing you a favor. Before, I used to hold on tight to difficult clients because I was scared of losing money. I don't want to offend anyone. I was worried that if I said no, I won't get another client. But guess what? The wrong client will block you from seeing the right client. Now, once I sense that red flag spirit, that disrespect, that unserious attitude, that unnecessary pressure and demand, I quietly walk away. And here's how I handle it. I respectfully, big emphasis on respectfully, explain why we may not be a good fit. I remind them of the terms in the contract, and if it's getting toxic, I simply stop the project and refund the balance if necessary, because some money is not worth the drama. Not every money is good money. Not every client should have access to you. Sometimes protecting your peace is the most profitable decision. Also, set a non-negotiable list for yourself. Clients who delay payments, red flag. Clients who don't respect work hours, red flag. Clients who keep moving goalposts, red flag. If a client sticks too many of your red flags, don't wait. Let them go. Better ones will come. Sometimes the real growth is not just in getting clients, it's in knowing when to drop them. I collect upfront payments before I start work. Emphasis on before. Because before, I was working based on trust. A client will say, I'll pay you next week. Okay, and I'll start designing with my futures. Biggest mistake of my freelance life. I would finish the job, send the files, and start chasing payments like I was in a Tom and Jerry cartoon. Some would ghost, some will add new price, some will suddenly forget they ever hired me. But now it's simple. No deposit, no design. I don't even open the software until I see alert. And let me tell you, this is why upfront payment matters, because it shows the client is serious, it gives you security and peace of mind, it reduces the chance of ghosting or scope creep, it motivates both you and the client to commit fully. And I've discovered that clients respect the process more when they have paid. You become a professional and not just a person that does design. And how do I do this? I use a clear contract or agreement that explain payment terms. I collect 50 to 70% upfront depending on the project. I will only deliver final files after full payment. If they delay, the project pause. And if a person is hesitating to pay you upfront, you can assure them that that's why you have a contract. You can show them your portfolio, show them your social media, and you can even share contacts of clients that work with you in the past. Because trust without structure is how you work for free. And you can offer milestone payments for bigger projects. You can do 50% before you start, 30% after the first draft, 20% before final delivery. It makes it easier for the clients and still protects you. Please stop doing full work on zero payment. You're a designer, you're not a decoration center. Which of these boundaries are you going to start using, or which one do you struggle with the most? Drop it in the comments, let's talk about it. You're not alone. And if you're serious about freelancing without frustration, hit that subscribe button, because I drop weekly videos to help you work smart, earn well, and stay sane as a freelance designer. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.